Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to this little chat here with me. I'm John Kuert, the interim pastor at First Assembly in Newcastle, and bringing to you a little devotional thought from my heart to yours. I hope that you are having a great day and that you are looking up because you know what? I believe the Lord is coming soon. And so that is something to really, really be excited about. We've heard it all of our lives. And I am excited about it, and I hope that you are too. Nevertheless, we're living in days that are somewhat discouraging, to say the least. And I think one of the weapons that the enemy uses, Satan uses on us a lot, is discouragement. Yesterday, I talked about fear and the black Bart of the soul. Fear and discouragement is another tool that the enemy uses and tries to defeat us with. And so, if you are experiencing discouragement, don't feel that you're odd or that you are unspiritual, because it happens to all of us. And we may look around at the signs that we see happening in our country and in our world, and we think, wow, this is just too much for me to bear. And we get discouraged, we get down. And we look around and we just see all of the havoc and the unrest and the rioting and the burning and all of these things. And you just wonder sometimes, how long is it going to be before it hits me? It touches me very, very personally. Well, one of my favorite stories in the Old Testament, I have a lot of favorite stories in the Old Testament, but one of them is when Elisha was in a certain city and a foreign enemy surrounded the city during the night. And in the morning, news spread quickly that they were about to be attacked, and everyone was in a panic. That is, everyone but Elisha. God allowed him to have a vision of the armies of heaven that surrounded the enemy so that he knew that all would be well. And, I think really, apart from the vision, I think Elisha probably had faith, apart from seeing anything, that he knew God was in control, that he knew God would intervene some way, somehow, that he didn't have to really worry or be discouraged or be filled with fear. He was just going to allow God to work his wonderful ways. But nevertheless, God did allow him to have this vision of these armies, this vast army that surrounded the enemy, so that he knew that all would be well. Well, his assistant, the assistant prophet, came running to him all fearful and upset, and Elisha calmly assured him not to be afraid. And he asked the Lord to open his eyes that he would see what Elisha had seen. And suddenly, this assistant's eyes were opened and his fears vanished, because he saw this vast heavenly army that surrounded this enemy force, and he knew that God was fighting the battle for them. He joined with Elisha, and he had faith. Well, he really didn't have faith. He actually saw. But when he saw, he definitely believed. That's not really faith. But nevertheless, I just want to ask you, are there chariots marked with doubt and fear and worry and discouragements that have surrounded you? Do you fear that you'll be conquered by these things? Are you crying out like Elisha's assistant, Elisha's friend? What am I going to do? Well, let me tell you, God is greater than your depression, and your anxieties and your fear and your worry and all of your discouragements. And perhaps it's time to ask God to open your eyes so that you can see his power and his love working together to fight your battle. Whether we see it or not, though, God is with us. And if God is with us, and if God is for us, who can be against us? I wish sometimes that we could see that other dimension, that spiritual dimension that is not that far away, I don't believe. There are angels and there are heavenly forces that are right there. We cannot see them, but let me say for sure they are there, and we don't have to be overcome with fear and worry and discouragement. The enemy is powerful. Yes, he is. But Jesus is all powerful, and he is in control, and he is still on the throne. No matter what happens, and seeing the truth will help you overcome your discouragement while you're waiting for God to claim your victory. And the truth is that those spiritual forces are there. And when God gives the signal, when God says, yes, go, in response to our prayers, in response to our responses to him, then God intervenes. But rest assured, folks, that he is in control, that he is still on the throne. We've said that many, many times throughout my life, throughout my ministry. I heard my parents say that, and he is still on the throne. There have been many, many things that have happened down through the centuries since the days of Elisha, and God is still in control, and he is controlling the events that are happening in the world today. We think, well, everything's falling apart. But no, everything is coming together, and God is bringing everything together. And in his time, he will make everything beautiful. And we will overcome the enemy if we're true and faithful, and we stick at it with Jesus. You know what? We're going to end up on the winning side, because Christ wins in the end. Amen? So, God bless you this day, and don't let the enemy overtake you, but overtake the enemy through the power of prayer and by your faith. So God bless you this day. I hope that you have a great day and a great week, and Lord willing, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.